Anyo was a Taiyo-class escort carrier originally built as Yuata Maru, one of 3 Nitamaru-class cargo liners built in Japan during the late 1930s. She was transferred to the Imperial Japanese Navy during the Pacific War and was converted into an escort carrier in 1942. She spent most of her service ferrying aircraft, cargo and passengers to various bases in the Pacific until she was sunk by an American submarine in 1944. Civilian service. Yuata Maru was the second of 3 ships of the Nitamaru class and was built by Mitsubishi Shipbuilding and Engineering Co. at the Nagasaki shipyard for Nippon Yusen Kaisha. She was laid down on 14 December 1938 as Yard No. 751, launched on 31 October 1939 and completed on 31 July 1940. The IJN subsidized all 3 Nitamaru-class ships for possible conversion into auxiliary aircraft carriers. The ships were intended for service to Europe, but the start of World War II in September 1939 restricted them to the Pacific. The 17,163 gross register ton vessel had a length of 170.0 meters, a beam of 22.5 meters and a depth of hold of 12.4 meters. She had a net tonnage of 9,379. The ship was powered by 2 sets of geared steam turbines, each driving 1 propeller shaft using steam produced by 4 water tube boilers. The turbines were rated at a total of 25,200 shaft horsepower that gave her an average speed of 19 knots and a maximum speed of 22.2 knots. Military service. The ship was requisitioned by the Imperial Japanese Navy in October 1941. Initially, the ship was assigned for transporting prisoners of war. Between 25 November 1941 and 31 May 1942, Yuata Maru was converted into an escort carrier at Kure Naval Arsenal and the ship was renamed Anyo on 31 August. The ships had an overall length of 180.2 meters, a beam of 22.5 meters and a draft of 7.7 meters. The flight deck was 172.0 meters long and 23.5 meters wide. They had a single hangar, approximately 91.4 meters long, served by 2 centerline aircraft lifts, each 12.0 by 13.0 meters. Anyo could accommodate a total of 30 aircraft, including spares, although no arresting gear was fitted. The changes made during the conversion limited the ship to a speed of 21.4 knots. She carried 2,290 metric tons of fuel oil that gave her a range of 8,500 nautical miles at a speed of 18 knots. Chuyo's crew numbered 850 officers and ratings. The ship was equipped with 840 caliber 12.7 cm Type 89 dual-purpose guns in 4 twin mounts on sponsons along the sides of the hull. Her light AA consisted of 8 license-built 25 mm Type 96 light anti-aircraft guns in 4 twin gun mounts, also in sponsons along the sides of the hull. In early 1943, the 4 twin 25 mm mounts were replaced by triple mounts and 4 additional 25 mm triple mounts were added. She also received a Type 13 air search radar in a retractable installation on the flight deck at that time. The following year, Anyo's light AA armament was increased to a total of 64 weapons. Anyo made 3 voyages between July and October to bases in Truk, Saipan, and Rabaul, during which she delivered 10 Mitsubishi A6M0 fighters to the latter on the 11th of September. Her next trip was far more involved as she ferried aircraft between Truk, the Philippines, Palau and the Dutch East Indies. The ship departed Yokosuka on 28 October and picked up the 2nd Fighter Regiment at Surabaya. Java on the 2nd of December and delivered them to Truk on 11 days later. Unyo returned to Surabaya on the 24th of December and loaded 33 aircraft of the Imperial Japanese Army's 1st Fighter Regiment for delivery to Truk before finally returning to Yokosuka in early January 1943. On the 10th of July 1943, off Truk, she was hit by a single torpedo fired by the submarine US Halibut. On the 19th of January 1944, while en route to Yokosuka, she was hit and heavily damaged by 3 torpedoes fired by US Haddock. While sheltering at Garapan Anchorage, Saipan on the 23rd of January, a follow-up attack by Halibut was driven off. Following repairs, she was back in service by June 1944. On the 17th of September, Unyo was struck by 3 torpedoes fired by US-Barb. Her crew's struggle to keep Unyo afloat was in vain. Of the approximately 1,000 people aboard, 761 were rescued. The vessel's last position was 220 nautical miles southeast of Hong Kong, 19 degrees 08, N 116 degrees 36, E, 19.133 degrees north, 116.600 degrees east, 19.133, 116.600.